Okay, so it's me, Zanexia 2013 Productions. I'm gonna give another final take on Elite Dangerous and the state of Odyssey. And as you guys could probably have guessed, there's a lot of reasons that you're seeing it slammed in the press, and that's mainly because of distrust now with a company that had a long-standing trust with its consumer base. There's a long list of games who've run through this. We'll just run through them real quick. I'm not going to go into detail, but obviously we had Mass Effect go through this. One of the Mass Effect games went through it horribly. Let me see. It's become so synonymous that Mass Effect, Marvel's Avengers, No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, goodness, there's more. I know there's more because I've actually witnessed a lot of them. Fallout 76. Basically, these are all failed established franchises. Well, not really Fallout 76. Fallout 76 was a sequel, but it was a new game in its entirety, or marketed that way, or as such, which it really wasn't. It was just a bunch of series of multiplayer mods, but, Bethesda. Pretty Little Lies, right? We come to a slightly more unique situation out of all those. Now it's time to see if we can release a faulty expansion with an existing trusting consumer base that knows we can do better, and see if they'll stick around even when we don't try. Where to begin? Obviously, Frontier is going to be learning a lesson in the differences between their expansion and these franchise games I mentioned. Cyberpunk being the most recent. The difference is one is overhype, one is an established trust. In one, we don't know what to expect, but we have a lot of hopes, dreams, and wishes. And when they go unfulfilled, we are disappointed. But that is minimal. It is something that we learn to accept as we move on. And maybe these games succeed later on, maybe they don't. We don't know for Cyberpunk yet, but No Man's Sky did a hell of a job. The other games, Marvel Avengers, Fallout 76, let's keep going. Titanfall, goodness gracious, Titanfall, Fallout 76, Destiny. Ooh, everyone remembers that release, right? Oof, how could you not? We found a way that we found out they had lied to us, cut DLC away from a finished product in order to repackage it and sell it to us like chopped liver. Well, yeah. All of those, right? We're facing a situation in this instance with Odyssey that we've never really come across. This is not a new game. This is an expansion to an existing game. Frontier has already proven it can do better. It's proven that it can do better on the console that it's currently working with. It's not establishing a new IP like Cyberpunk was. It's not establishing an overhype issue. They didn't have a lot of hype. A lot of people were skeptical, including myself. And I voiced it to several of my friends. They're like, Odyssey's going to be great. Odyssey's going to be great. I'm like, I wouldn't say that, because if you look at some of Frontier's back-ended developments, some of their stuff comes out slightly less efficient. Odyssey is definitely no exception. Actually, no, it is. Slightly less is a medial word for Odyssey. I haven't gotten to play Odyssey, but I understand the sentiments that people are having with it because I've been able to see people playing Odyssey. And what I'm seeing has me terrified for console release. I honestly want them to delay it. Give us a 2-year delay on Odyssey. I'm not looking forward to Odyssey anytime soon. This was probably my most hyped thing for this year. I want a 2-year delay. Give me a 2-year delay. That's how I feel. I don't want this level of disappointment PC players are having. And that's not me knocking PC players. I think that their level of disappointment is completely justifiable. I think that Frontier fucked up royally with this expansion. I think that no one bothered to say, hey, maybe we should be a little more level with the players. Maybe we should figure out what the fuck we're doing before we do it. No, they listened to their investors. Well, you gotta learn something. And this is, I'm not going to just say this for Frontier, but for the entire gaming industry. EA, Activision, BioWare. I know you guys got pushed around in lockers, you know. You dealt with shit in gym class because you guys were nerds, you know. Your development teams, you know, whatnot. I'm going to tell you right now that the people in marketing, they were the bullies. I get it. You're still scared. You can't be scared of these people. They will ruin you. Their whole agenda, even as an investor, is not to build you up. It's to soak the money from the dying product. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that anytime you see someone who's looking to make money, they're looking to ruin something. Simple as that. Look, I mean, look at Activision. How many studios did they demolish just to make that revenue? Okay? Don't listen to your fucking investors. This goes for all gaming development companies. Don't listen to your fucking investors. If they start asking to pull out, guess what? Take those losses. Because I guarantee you, when the product comes out and it's actually finished and it works, your losses will be marginal at best. You need to push back. Game studios need to push back against investors, and they need to push back against corporate corporate rush jobs. There's going to be people who are like, look, your investors are going to fall out. Let those fuckers fall out. Losing 1 or 2 investors is a lot better than losing your company. And that's just all there is to it. And Frontier is going to learn this. This is a very strong job that they're gonna have to like see through. Figuring out PR with their player base, big situation. They need to do that. But another problem I think that is echoed is they just need to, companies in general, game companies need to stop trying to give in to their investors. Look at YouTube. It's not better. It's not a better platform. It's big, but it's not a better platform. It's not. Twitch is storming past YouTube, but it's because it's taking what it learned from YouTube and implementing it. You know, if you're gonna let money rule you, it will ruin you. Your products will see a decline, and in that decline, your company is ruined. Do you get money? Do you get rich in the process? Probably, but the longevity of something you built is dead in the water, and as such, so is any more revenue from that. I guess everyone thinks the world's ending, so they're just trying to ruin what they can so they can fucking get out with as much money as possible. And I could probably understand that. That's probably what's going on, to be honest, because if you look at Odyssey, symptomatic of all those problems. But this is largely Frontier's fault, hands down. This isn't, I'm not saying that the investors are to blame. This is largely Frontier's fault. They knew what not to do. They did it anyway. Okay? They took an established trust from players who knew they knew how to develop a game, and they ruined it. And shot it down, smoldering in flames, and it's turning into ashes on the ground. Of course, I could be just, why are you so negative? I'm enjoying Odyssey. Odyssey looks great. Yeah, you can simp if you want to, but I'm not the only one. I've been watching a lot of videos about this, and it's not just one source. I'm looking at multiple sources. If anyone knows me, you know I'm looking at all of the sources. Down to Earth Astronomy, I haven't really seen him lately, But I'll tell you right now, Obsidian Ant's not too pleased. And it takes a lot to piss that guy off. That is a sweet old man right there. It takes a lot to piss off Obsidian Ant. I've been watching Elite Week, and they're pissed. Elite Week is a beautiful, beautiful Elite Dangerous dedicated podcast. Definitely go check them out if you haven't already. I'm a small YouTuber, probably not going to bring them any kind of actual audience, but if you want some good content about Elite, good discussions, that's a good place to go. And I think what we're going to see is you've got a lot of established trust that's now ruined. It's going to be years before they get it back in. It's possibly going to be the ruin of the company. Hello Games was able to manage because they had nothing else to do. They look at Sun Tzu's Art of War. You know, you have nothing left, you're going to fight 20 times harder. If you're back against, you've got nothing left with your back against the wall, you'll fight 20 times harder. Sun Tzu says that. That's basic logic. It's called survival. It's not a term or philosophy. It's a proven fact of life. It's scientifically proven that animals against the wall fight 20 times harder. He wasn't saying anything that wasn't already an established fact. You look at a tiger, you look at any animal in the wild, when they feel threatened, when they feel as if there is nothing else, they strike harder. Because it's about survival at that point. Hello Games had that. They had that gridlock. I don't think Frontier is going to care. I'm putting my chips on the table to say that all this flack they're getting is going to be for naught. Because Frontier has other established IPs and they think that that'll just put them over. But what they don't realize is those established IPs are only the established IPs that they have because of this main core game, this main core flagship. Once they fill their main core flagship, guess what? Without no flagship model, your other people follow. Your other IPs are going to follow suit. The investors for those IPs are going to have to lose trust in you because your flagship failed. You can't just move on. This is your shit. Build on it, or watch the entire company that you have sink. Don't take my word for it.
The attention to detail has just been horrific, and Frontier, as a result, has lost over $400 million in stock valuation, and a huge black eye as a publisher. And they have spent all of their capital, I believe, of goodwill. Now, I'm not ready to give up on this game yet. I'm still a fan and want it to do well. But Frontier, you've cashed in all your chips. Now you have to kill what you eat. So either do right or go hungry, because I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. So
look at the and if one quick look at Reddit, one quick look at Steam, this is the sentiment of the entire community for Elite Dangerous. Any one or two simps that are absolutely simping for this, they're on the back end. Those are not the guys you want representing your company. I'm sorry, because they are few, far between. Your company is going to go to detriment. It's going to go bankrupt. Anyway, if anything that you guys can take away from this, it's that companies are on the verge of destroying the gaming industry. Frontier is but one in a long list of practices we're seeing on a regular that are going to eventually crash the entire gaming industry. I said this 7 years ago when it was just trickling in. I'm saying it now. You guys are bordering the threshold in which you are going to be too late to turn back. The gaming industry is about to crash. You need to be aware of this. This is NXU 2013 Productions, signing out. Peace.